Greetings, Peanudians, and welcome to my Chapter 4 guide video for the 6-star event. If you thought the previous chapters were lengthy, time-consuming, and resource-intensive, then I got good news for you about this chapter. Well, Chapter 4 only has about 2 of these things this time, so I guess that's good. As with the previous chapters, we have a standard time frame of 21 days, including 5 daily missions that don't seem to have been changing since the past few chapters. But as for the chapter challenges, these will require more time than actual resources and thankfully RNG to complete, making them slightly easier than the other chapters. As with my previous videos, another disclaimer is needed. Please note that due to the nature of Nexon's patch notes and editing that they have done in the past, some information on my video may or may not be correct due to the fact that some of the requirements and or counts needed will be reduced, increased, or just rectified over time throughout the event. So with that being said, please always keep an eye out for the patch notes as well as for the pinned comments in the comment section below, as I will be updating the comment as much as I can throughout the event if and when there are any changes. The first challenge requires you to reach a cumulative exploration time with monster collection of a total of 600 hours. This challenge requires you to essentially constantly make sure your exploration via monster collection to always be active and to claim it when it is completed. As this challenge requires 600 total hours, having only one exploration available will not be enough due to the fact that if you were to constantly restart and collect, and restart with only one for the full 21 days, you will only have 504 total hours completed. So, at the minimum, you will need to have at least 2 exploration options available. The type of exploration does not matter so long as you are vigilant and keep to constantly having exploration sent out and collected when it's done. This challenge will not be difficult, but will require some RNG if you do not already have the prerequisites completed for this challenge at the minimum. I recommend that if you do not have this already completed, to collect monsters that are low level, have no mini bosses, field bosses, elite mobs, or quest lock mobs, as those will take time. The following monster collection areas are recommended due to those reasons: Victoria Island, near Victoria, Edelstein, and Grandis. As everyone starts off with 2 exploration slots unlocked, you will only need to focus on obtaining exploration, what I'll be calling cards. What I mean by cards are collections or groups of mobs in the same grouping. To see these, simply open your monster collection UI and go to the collections tab and view which mobs are grouped together. I'll be linking a handy monster collection guide in the description made by Dexless. The rewards for this challenge are 5 mysterious monster bloom coupons. The second challenge requires you to harvest or mine minerals or herbs patches 100 times. As this one requires 100 total mining and or harvesting of minerals or herbs, your best bet would go into the herb and mineral maps in Ardent Mill. If the maps are full by some chance, you can always change channels or proceed to a different map, as there are a few tiers for each area. So, competition shouldn't be too difficult. This one will just take a lot of time. The rewards for this challenge are 10 profession coupons. The third challenge requires you to craft a transformation potion with alchemy a total of 20 times. For this challenge, assuming you've been collecting every single gold flower, heartstone, and the legendary and mysterious veins, you should have a lot of magical powders for various colors. Depending on which powders you have a lot of, check your transformation potions section of your alchemy profession window and see which ones to use that have the color powders that you have a lot of, and then go farm the respective etc. items from the mobs. The rewards for this challenge are 5 infinite revitalizers. This 4th challenge requires you to get the completion stands for all Maplestory guide content from level 30 to 249. This might be one of the easiest challenges, though if you're not level 250, you won't be able to complete this, so hopefully your hyperburning character is done for all you newer folk. To complete the Maple guide, simply open the guide via your hotkey or upon login and simply check each requirement by clicking each of the icon for each level. Some are simply killing a certain number of mobs, while some are completing themed dungeons and or quests in their respective regions. As this challenge counts the completion of these areas and quests even before the chapter starts, you can actually get a head start by completing these beforehand. The reward for this challenge is 1 budding sprout title item. The 5th challenge requires you to eliminate a total of 30 field bosses. This challenge may be hard as each field boss has their own timer, and if you play on reboot, this may be even more difficult as you will have to compete with others to kill the bosses, so all I can say is, good luck. As for what field bosses are, they are bosses that are found around Maple World and not the ones that are found on party quests or boss fights. The reward for this challenge is 15 Karma Hard Cubes. The 6th challenge requires you to clear all of the Friend Story chapters. This one may sound simple, but it is going to take a long time as this piece of content is very lengthy in its time needed to complete. Quite frankly, I won't be providing an actual guide for this challenge, as the wiki for this piece of content is more than enough, as it will give you a step-by-step on this. If you need access to the wiki link and do not want to look it up on Google, I will actually have the URL in the description. The rewards for this challenge are 50 arcane symbol selector coupons. The 7th challenge requires you to obtain mob loot while exploring Eos Tower. This challenge requires you to go through all of the maps in Eos Tower and obtain 15 total types of loot. The types of loot are not listed on the patch notes currently, but I will update the noted pinned comment below once it goes live. Although I'm fairly confident it's either a unique event item for each respective mob, or just 15 unique etc. items from the mobs in Eos Tower. So technically speaking, you can technically prep for this chapter challenge, but I will recommend it against it, as you would have to go through the tower again anyways to complete the location checklist. The reward for this challenge is a singular damage skin selection box. The 8th challenge requires you to complete the El-Nif quest and obtain the Snowfield Explorer medal. As this challenge is just nothing more than a series of quests, I will be linking all of their quest lines in the description for you to reference. The rewards for this challenge are 10 event ring exclusive solid cubes. The 9th challenge requires you to select one of the epics and clear all of the acts. This challenge requires you to clear the epic Black Haven or Heroes of Maplestory. Quite frankly, it doesn't really matter which one you do, as they're similar in time needed to complete. With that being said, I would recommend looking at the wikis for either of the two to see which story you would like to be interested in to go through, or collectibles they offer. I will have both wikis linked in the description. The rewards for this challenge are 5 black circulators. The 10th challenge requires you to complete 300 total floors of Tower of Oz. This one may sound lengthy, but it's more repetitive if anything. If you do not plan on learning the Tower of Oz, you can always just complete 21 floors and leave with the provided use item that you're given from the pre-quest for the Tower of Oz, which is essentially just a bunch of cutscenes. You can find this quest on the left hand of your screen, click on the light bulb and you will find a level 200 quest called Tower of Oz, Tower Under the Sea. You will also need to have completed the 5th job advancement quest to unlock this. If you're keen on using this as an opportunity to learn this theme dungeon before the GMS ring change, I've done a basic semi-impromptu guide. You can find that video in the playlist that this video is in, or in the description below. Take note that the video may not be out at the same time as this guide video's release. I would recommend subscribing to be alerted when it does come out if you are interested in the Tower of Oz completion for all 50 floors. The rewards for this challenge are 20 Oz point pouches. As for the 5 challenges that I recommend, the first of which is to reach 600 hours in Monster Collection, the second is to harvest 100 herbs and minerals, the third is to craft a transformation potion with alchemy a total of 20 times. Number 4 is to obtain mob loot while exploring Eos Tower. The 5th and final challenge I recommend you complete for the 5 challenges needed for this chapter is to complete the Snowfield Explorer Medals quest. This chapter's rewards are the following: a singular Chapter 4 EXP potion that levels you up from level 200 to 239 that is also applicable to hyper-burning characters, 30 caramel solid cubes, a prepared pendant of spirit coupon that gives you a 30-day version of the pendant, 6 experience node stones, 6 100% pure clean slate scrolls that is only available on regular server, 20 caramel solid cubes, and lastly, a permanent hexagonal star glass marble chair. Hey everyone, Pina here again. Thanks for watching my Chapter 4 guide video for the 6-star event, and to those who are interested, my Chapter 3 6-star showdown video will be out soon, and I hope you're cheering on for Team Yeti, as it's clear we're obviously gonna win. With that being said, if there are anything that is unclear or if you'd like to see something changed or presented differently in the future guide videos, please let me know in the comment section below. Oh, and by the way, it would mean a lot to me if you consider subscribing, as I'm getting closer and closer to the YouTube partner goal. As I've mentioned before, once we reach that goal, I'll be hosting a 24 to 48 hour subathon where I'll be doing giveaways of Maple Points and potentially more. With that being said, once again, thank you for all the continued support you've shown me over the past few months. I hope to continue to produce more and more useful guide videos and informative videos for all of you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.